Good morning, friends. I'm glad you're joining me here for just a few minutes to talk about the Bible Recap Day 8. Now, I invited you earlier to join me and Angela on reading through the Bible in a year and using the Bible Recap process. And I wanted to daily make a little video with my response to the actual reading once it's done, and I've had a little time to think about it. Now, today we're in Job chapter 17 through 20. So we've read those chapters today. And in those chapters, the story continues of Job going back and forth with his friends. There's a couple of verses that stood out to me today, and they stood out to me because they've been personally significant, I think, in my life. One of those is where Job said, "My Redeemer lives." He said, "My Redeemer lives." I know there's a song, I know my Redeemer lives. This is where this comes from. Why is this important? It's important to know because in the middle of Job having trouble and dealing with the sorrows and losses of his life, and even in the middle of him just calling out to God and recognizing that God allowed these things to happen to him, his answer to that is, "But I know my Redeemer lives." God was not his destroyer. God is his Redeemer. And that's the thing that we have to understand. This is personal for me because this verse paired with when Job said, "Though he slay me, yet will I praise him," are verses that got me through a very difficult time of my life. In the worst period of my life, I was at church one morning. I didn't want to be there. The world was dark to me. I was depressed. I was angry. I was down. I was scared. All the negative emotions we don't like to feel, I had. And I did not want to be there. But I went to church. And I sat in the back, and it came time to sing and worship, and I thought about that verse. That verse came to mind. "Though he slay me, yet will I praise him." And the verse, "I know my Redeemer lives." And so I sang and I worshiped that day. And my problems didn't go away, but for a moment I had right alongside my pain was this sense of stability, this sense of I'm going to be okay, as I worshiped the Lord and recognized that he was in charge of my life. And the beautiful thing is that the Redeemer did restore, that the Redeemer did take care of things. Things are different than what at that moment I was thinking they would turn out to be, but they are so good. And I'm so thankful that our Redeemer lives. And I hope if you're going through a troubled time today, that you'll recognize your Redeemer lives, and your Redeemer cares about you, and your Redeemer will redeem you. That's what a Redeemer does. So I love you, and I want to invite you once again to join us on the journey through the Bible Recap on the Bible app. They also have a website you can go to for the Bible Recap. And if you have any thoughts on today's reading, drop them in the comments, and let's have a discussion and see what God's doing in all of our lives, and share God's blessings. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.